thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. I just have a 5x7 piece of mixed media paper here, and I'm just going to do some fun stuff today and kind of experiment and see what I like and how things end up. So I've got my trusty cheap crayons, and I'm just coming in with the white one and adding some marks to the corners. Just a few lines. And then I'm just going to draw a couple out into the center. I mean, I know you can't see them, but they're there. So let's set that aside. Next thing I'm going to do, after I put my crayon away, is bring in a piece of waxed paper. And I've got my spiced marmalade here and my lumberjack plaid, and I'm just putting it on here, and I'm going to mix in some evergreen bough. And these may not seem like colors that you might want together, but I think that they will blend beautifully. So I've got just a spray bottle, and I'm just going to add some water to this, just a couple spritzes here and there. I've got it all over my fingers too, but that's okay. It's just water. And let's see, just keep on. I'm doing it very, very carefully. I don't want too much, because I want to be able to control every aspect of this part of it. I don't want it to become muddy. And I'm just folding it over and just rubbing it a little bit back and forth so that I get just a mix. And now I'm just going to take my piece of paper and lay it down in different spots. And I'm just getting some really cool patterns and colors. It's very fall-like. I really like the tones that I've gotten. I'm gonna actually rub this a little bit and smear it. And you can see where I have the crayon, I've got a little bit of resist going on. Okay, that's what I want for that. Let me set this aside out of the way, and then bring in my little heat gun here, my Mighty Mike. And I'm just going to dry this up just quickly. And if you want, as you're doing this, you can certainly tip it up and get some runs. Okay, I'll just keep doing this until I'm happy with how dry it is. Okay, that's pretty good. I've just got a couple spots here. Dries pretty quick. This is a nice hot heat, but not a strong heat. If you use a blow dryer, it can tend to launch things across the room unexpectedly. Put him off to the side. Oh, I like the way that has come out. I like the colors on it. Me set things aside, and I think what I'm going to do is I've got all these scraps just lying around that I think I'm going to try to work in here. They don't have any real rhyme nor reason. So I'm just going to use them up. They're about the same color as that beautiful background. Let's see. Let's look at, what have I got here? All these little scraps everywhere. And I can always pull out a book and make more. Tidy this edge up a little bit. There we go. I love old dictionaries, especially the paperback ones, because they're just this delightful color, and the text is great. Everything about them is just really, really appealing for doing mixed media. See, now I'm not having an awful lot of difficulty placing things because I'm just letting things be. Sometimes you don't need to fuss. If you're just having fun, you're just having fun. I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend and that you are able to squeeze some creativity into it. Makes a lot of difference. It's as good for the soul as eating healthy, getting a good night's sleep, visiting with friends. Don't skimp on your creative time. I try to make my projects be only, if I can keep them under 10 minutes, I'm really happy. Sometimes they're a little over, but I like to make them so that people can fit them into what time they have. So all I'm doing is just adding these, nothing fancy, nothing involved. Moving them around a little bit until I like where they are. Let's see, for this I want a long, thin one. So let me try this. And run it right through there. There we go. So that's all I want to do with the papers. Let me just kind of push them out of the way. And the next thing I'm going to do is put some of my washi tape on. I'm thinking this one with the butterflies should definitely be on here. And I think I'm going to run it right across there. And let's add sure if I want another one or not. I'll try this one. Have to find the little end where it starts. I think I'll run it right across here, just as a tiny bit of an accent. And now, all I want to do is add a bit of stamping. Let me set things aside that I don't need out right now. And I think I want the running stitch stamp, and I want to stick with the colors that I already have in here. So let's do some of this lumberjack plaid. I like how that looks. Now I'm going to come in and do it with the orange, and I'm just going right over. I'm not fussing too much about where things are. Because it's more about the interesting texture than anything else. Okay, there's my lid for that. And I'm gonna grab one more. Let me look, let me decide here what I want. I think I want an art foamy. This is a scribble art foamy from artfoamies.com. Check their stuff out. Yep, that's what I want. Just a little bit of fun with this evergreen bough. Now I'm not going to have too much to clean up from this, which is always nice if you're pressed for time. If you don't have a lot of time to be digging everything out and then trying to find time to clean it all up, these little ones, these little quick projects are great. So I think I'm going to come in and just use the circles on this to just add some last minute detail. Circles can work in anything. Let's see, let's put a couple more here. There we go. And a couple here. And you know what? I'm going to put one right there too. Oh, didn't have enough on there. Let me try that again. There we go. Blend them in right over the top of the washi tape, just to push it back into the background a little bit. Set that aside. Set this right on top of it so that I know that they need washing and which sides are the wet sides. Okay, so here it is. And it's one that I can turn any way I want. It's just quick. It's just easy. I can let it dry as it is. I can hit it with the little heat gun, the air gun, the craft gun, whatever you happen to call it, my little Mighty Mike. But you know what? I like this the way it is. I don't think I want to add anything else, but you know what? Maybe I do. Let me grab this little tiny stamp here that has little bits of very delicate text and just add some in. And I'm just using my fingers. I'm not even putting it on a block. so that then it ends up being very, very, natural and distressed. It ends up softening a lot because your fingers press in a different spot each time. There we go. Now I'm done. I hope that you'll grab your supplies and just have fun making something. Use what you've got. If you don't have the Ranger Ink Distress Oxides, use some watercolors that your kids probably have abandoned in the junk drawer. Put it onto a piece of wax paper, get it nice and flowy, and then just press the paper in. I hope that you enjoyed this, and thanks again for stopping by Wild Bird Creative.